This is The Wheel Weaves Watches, a spoiler-free breakdown podcast of The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. I'm your host, Dani, and I'm joined by my co-host, Brett, and we're here to bring you an in-depth look into the Wheel of Time show on Amazon Prime. We'll share reactions, episode breakdowns, and relevant background information without spoiling future content from the book series. So grab a drink and let's get watching. We'd like to acknowledge and thank our executive producers, Brandy and Erin Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Albert Lorenzo, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Dylan C, Hannah Green, Noralia, Jordan Gower, and Geof Searles. In this episode, we are sharing our immediate post-watch reactions of the season finale, episode 8 of season 2.
Yeah, episode 8 is What Was Meant To Be.
Woo!
I gotta say something. What Was Meant To Be is for one of our favorite guests. I would say top 2 favorite guests.
Okay.
Like that cuts a little deep.
While.
You know what?
In the last little while.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
It's Spencer.
Spencer got to join us in person.
We're snuggled in real close here.
Love it.
It's been a dream, honestly. I can't believe this worked out like this. I'm so happy to be here and have got to watch the season finale with the two of you. It's been so fun.
Yeah, you took a little road trip to Alberta.
Yes, I brought my baby here where all the kids are sleeping, the stars align.
Right. And we have like 30 minutes before they all wake up.
I know. And last week, I didn't announce that you'd be coming, like, just in case.
Right.
I don't know what would go wrong, but I was like, I don't want to jinx it.
I mean, COVID's real. Things are happening.
Here we are.
Okay.
We're here.
Okay. But no time.
No time.
No time for that now.
We got to talk about
First off, before we get into the episode, I think we got to talk about the food.
Okay, well,
as is tradition.
Really. We don't really have to talk about the food.
It was quick.
Because it's a repeat.
Snip, snap.
It's a repeat.
Yeah.
It's the travel food.
Right.
It's the food you eat when everything's going bad.
But you know what? It was my first time having the Wheel Watches food, and it was incredible.
Was it good?
Yes.
Yeah. It's your cured meat. It's your cheeses. It's your bread.
Nothing beats that.
Exactly.
Nothing beats that.
Some olives, some pickles.
A whole bunch of wine.
Bunch of wine.
Bunch of bourbon.
The wine was flowing.
It's like a whole lot of travel drinks. I don't know.
You picked up some apple.
Right.
Bourbon.
And
apple Jim Beam.
Yes, and half of it's gone.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
Okay.
Is it like apple brandy? Can we pretend?
It's close enough. They didn't have any brandy at all.
At none?
At
No,
none.
you were
Not even
in the
any.
Wrong section.
Maybe.
You were in the whiskey.
Right.
Brandy goes in a different section.
Ah, shoot. Okay. All right.
Close enough.
Okay. I have two things to say.
Yeah, well, let's talk about reactions.
Okay,
here.
reactions. Number one reaction, I just have to say this because I've been thinking about this for a long time now. And this one's more heartfelt here. So I didn't actually think in my lifetime I would ever get to see Matrim Cawthon blow the horn of Valyr on screen. Like, that's not something that I ever
Did you think that the show was going to cut it?
I didn't. So me reading these books, I didn't think this would, number one, be a show, be a movie. When they said they were making a show, who knows what they're going to put into the show.
Such a mic drop moment.
That was like iconic. It is the pivotal moment when you're like, wait, is this happening?
Well, and it's so confusing. You're like, already? What's happening? What's going on?
And especially with what they gave us of Matt last episode, you weren't sure which way Matt was going to go, how things were going to pan out.
They made it happen.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
It was.
Yeah. So that's like number one. Number two reaction. I love a woman who can keep her word. It's Egwene.
It's Egwene?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to kill you. And she fucking killed her. And just like, yeah. Because even during it, I was like, she's not going to kill her. She's not going to kill her.
Yeah, I was like, are they going to keep her around to be a villain for a while?
Exactly,
to be Egwene's nemesis to kill, like, later?
Yep, nope.
Right?
I just think, like, is death the easy route out?
Right.
You know, is being a slave worse? And is that what Egwene is going to do? But
who knows?
She made a promise, and a promise is a promise.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So good.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's pretty emotional, this episode.
We got to talk about Egwene, man.
We got to talk about Egwene.
That is, well, the only thing that I put down as like a reaction was, to be fair, Rena, she did warn you.
Yeah,
that's all I had.
She certainly did. She certainly did do just that.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Like, as an immediate, like, because I'm excited to break this down, the full episode later on, not now.
No, this is reactions.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
I've been warned. Reactions only.
Reactions only. I don't have much more to say except that Egwene is a phenomenal actress. Like, oh my goodness.
Incredible.
Well, even when she has the pacifier thing.
Right.
in her mouth.
Yep.
And she sees the people that, like the innocent people, the children and the civilians being killed. And you can just like see in her eyes, or when she gets her braid chopped off.
Oh man.
You
Yeah.
can just see it. Like it is just so good. I said it last time and I'll say it again. We've come a long way from Dora the Explorer.
And Retta just never figured out why they couldn't be best friends. I don't understand it.
Well,
weird.
Well,
Crazy.
Egwene figured it out.
She did.
It's because they can both channel.
They can both channel. Okay.
Right. You probably shouldn't hate yourself so much.
Right. Well, clearly I did.
Now, that's something I have a question about.
Okay.
Do we think that Rhenna, as a Suldam, who hates women who can channel, who don't think that they're actually people,
Yeah.
does she know that she can channel, or is she just brought up to believe that she has, like, this affinity for being a Suldam, right?
I don't know about that, because I feel like it's a really fine line. Like, you don't know.
Especially because she can only channel a teeny tiny bit.
Or is it like a you're lying to yourself kind of thing?
I think it's that. And I think that's why they're so vicious and hard on the Damani, is because deep down they know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like it. Okay.
And that's the question too, because last episode when Nynaeve and Elayne are capturing that other Suldam, it works on her neck.
Yep.
Right? So it's not just like, oh, this is just a one-off with Rhenna.
No, it seems to be all of them. And the
all of the Suldam.
And the way Egwene explains it too. You know, like you can see the weaves. We have an affinity. We're linked.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good transition. Good segue.
So all the Suldam can channel even if it's a tiny bit.
And I was going to say good segue into Elayne and Nynaeve, because here's the thing.
Oh.
Def turns out that, like, 100% maybe we didn't need to do all this because we didn't necessarily need to, like, use the disguise to save Egwene. That was the plan. That's why they did that.
Yes.
Egwene did get saved.
But then Elayne came and did some healing.
She did.
So we got an introduction.
I find it really funny that Egwene needed just a teensy little bit of saving. Like, she did a lot by herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the Whitecloaks are the ones who actually saved Egwene with the catapults.
That's correct.
Like, that's the thing that actually saved her.
Yeah, can I tell you what grinds my gears?
Yeah, do it. Okay.
So, a catapult hits the top of this tower.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Everybody dies.
Right.
Except for Egwene and Rhenna.
Yeah, so they're really accurate catapults.
Okay.
They're like
They
they're
just
like
weren't aiming for her.
Yeah.
I love the way everything went, so I'm not going to criticize
it's
too
part
hard.
of the it's part of the pattern. Part of the pattern.
Yes. She is Taviran. That's what we know.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
And also, I just want to
And
clarify.
it just worked out cinematically.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Because we couldn't have other people alive to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The catapult does not save Egwene. The catapult saves Egwene's tongue.
Or hands. It looked like her hands were going to get chopped off.
She was not going to die.
No.
Anyways, that's
that's a fair
tongue.
point.
It was the tongue.
Was it tongue?
Yeah.
She had her knife.
It looked like.
I thought she had her like to the face with the knife. To the face with the knife.
Which is true too, but it kind of looked like her hands were. I don't know. We got to.
Okay,
we have to go.
rewatch.
We got to rewatch it again. Okay, again. So number 2 thing about Elayne and Nynaeve, I'm pretty sure that Elayne was a little bit terrified of Nynaeve when Nynaeve was like torturing Seta the Suldam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I also was. I was like, oh my goodness, Nynaeve.
Scary.
It's scary when she's. It's like that's Mama Bear defending her cubs right now.
Nynaeve is scary. And that's just a fact that we've learned up until this point. And then you put dark eye makeup on her, and whoa! Now she's a villain.
Yes, right?
Whoa.
I can see her. Okay.
That was troubling. I mean, it was great, but like, I would be scared too. I mean, it'd be impossible not to be scared.
You know, as I'm thinking here too, what we needed Nynaeve and Elayne to do the whole like Suldam Damani thing to get into the city and all that was so that Elayne can heal Rand.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, and then it's like who are you?
Yeah.
I'm
and
Elayne.
then the sun halo.
Yeah,
I
gotta say,
meeting Elayne.
I do have to say though, bad healing job. That does
did
not
look good.
That does not look
But
good.
it's also not a normal wound because it's with that crazy dagger, right?
Sure.
And I don't know if they are meaning to, but like when the halo appears around Elayne's head,
time slows down because she's so beautiful.
Well, and her hair's red, and it's the halo in the sun. You can't really see her. It was giving me very Little Mermaid, Saving Prince Eric vibes. You know, I almost just sang into the microphone, and then I thought nobody needs to hear that.
Yeah. Or
what?
Or Lord of the Rings. Come on, like nobody?
Oh,
come on. Arwen.
I'm a Disney fan more than a Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah. I was like, yes,
you like Aladdin. I like Little Mermaid.
Fair,
I love Little Mermaid. I saw that.
Okay. We got to keep this Elayne train rolling here a little bit.
Okay, but can we feel a little bit bad for Nynaeve, who wants to channel more than anything, knows she has the capability to do it, but has this crazy block where she absolutely can just not?
Yeah, maybe she should have tried harder in school. I don't know. Okay,
Maybe
anyways.
No, I don't think it's that, babe.
Maybe
I don't think it's that.
She shouldn't have just drank the dirty water.
Right. That's
all I'm saying.
Maybe stick around for like some after school lessons.
She's so stubborn. So my problem is, like, I am Nynaeve.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
just feel for her in this moment, because it's like,
I feel for us too. Yeah, no, totally.
All she wants to do is like do her best always.
Yeah.
And she's really stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like hard.
Shucks, eh?
Which is why, in hindsight, I don't like book Nynaeve, because being in my own head kind
You're like, this is terrible. Okay. Okay, now we got to talk about Lan and Moiraine. Yeah, okay, number one, love that Lanfear blasted them out of the way.
Oh, wait,
So
hold
fun.
on.
Fantastic.
Hold on. We got to back up. Are we just assuming that Elaine's leg is going to get healed?
Yeah,
By,
she'll
like,
be fine.
Wayne or something?
Yeah, someone will take care of that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not even worried
She's
about
totally
that.
fine.
Not even worried about it.
Okay.
There's an arrow.
Shove a whole arrow through your leg without even cutting off the, what did you call it? I was
That's
impressed you knew the term.
The shaft of the arrow. That's
or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also shocked that I knew that.
Okay, so you got to push the arrow through, because you can't just pull an arrow
rip
out.
off the things.
You would probably cut off the top
You
of
would
it
push it
somehow.
through, break it off, and then pull it the rest of the way through. But it doesn't matter.
you would have
doesn't
broken it.
matter.
Okay, but she's not bleeding out. She's like,
She's
I don't know,
fine.
she's taking that pain like a pretty,
She's
like a champ.
She's fine.
She's tough.
Doesn't
Tough.
matter.
No, what matters is Elayne is tough.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And at first we don't think she's that tough because she's floopy.
I don't know. I kind of felt she was pretty tough.
She was always
telling
kind of tough at the beginning.
Yeah.
But when he first met her and she had like a jillion pillows.
Yeah, that was pretty
that
funny.
was cute.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. Anyways, Lan and Moiraine, Lanfear blasts them out of the ways, and then she bamfs out of there with Rand.
That was so great.
Amazing.
Because there was so much speculation, like, what are they even doing traveling together?
Yeah.
Swan clearly thinks Moraine's a dark friend, like, leaving her like that.
What
like,
I do, okay, so if I'm going to give any criticism,
Yes.
when they're like, oh no, Lanfear must have planned all this, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, she planned this. Okay, really heartfelt reunion. I liked it.
Which one?
With
Moiraine
Moiraine
and
and
Lan.
Lan. Like, they reconnected. They reconnected.
Absolutely. And like Lan saves
Well, and we
Moiraine.
kind of had this, like, discussion
We did.
about what this bonding means.
It's
Yes.
a little
Are
bit...
we to believe that their bond was actually severed because of this weird shielding thing that happened
And
to
I
Moiraine?
don't think so.
I don't
Or
think so.
is this just her
Reinstating
reinstating the bond, and
Yes.
it's like slow-mo so we can see it?
That's what I think, because it seems like... So
It was
Moiraine
emotional. It was very
Moiraine
nice.
cut the connection off while she was able to channel, and then she was shielded, so maybe she couldn't, like, reinstate that.
Mm-hmm.
After she was shielded, she didn't really know what was happening. Maybe didn't even know to necessarily, like, try... Like, we don't know. There's not enough information. I don't think she re-bonded him. I don't think that ever
Yeah,
broke.
I agree.
Yeah, so...
And isn't that the perfect partnership? Like you hear, and I mean, I'm a part of this. You always think you're doing more than your partner. That's like just a part of being in relationships. But in Lan and Moraine's case, they both believe the other person
is doing more.
Yeah.
greater than them, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Very sweet.
yeah, it was
Very
just
sweet.
touching.
It was good. It's like they got a little bit... They got
It's
back
like,
together.
that's
It's
how
great.
I could say it without lying, that
Yeah.
we aren't equals. It's because I think that you're actually better than me.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Very cute. I
Right,
did like
we
that.
were like begging Moiraine to be just a touch vulnerable. Like, this is Lan.
Mhm.
This is your ward. If you can't be vulnerable with him, like, you're vulnerable with nobody, right?
If I've learned anything from Netflix dating shows, is that you have to open up your heart.
The ultimatum and Love
Love is blind, of course.
You name, too
All
hot
of
to
them.
handle, like whatever
All
you.
of them.
You gotta
All of
be
them so good.
vulnerable. Okay, anyways, here we go.
So good.
Last thing I want to say about Moiraine is that it's 100% on point that she will absolutely murder 1,000 innocent people if it means protecting Rand.
Well, yeah, and I think we heard earlier, too, maybe in the first season, she also will murder Rand if she
Yeah.
thinks that he's going to go to the dark side.
Yeah, no, she's been very open about that. She's not hiding that.
No,
Well, and I mean, even last episode, we saw that she was willing to forsake her love.
literal love, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, in this episode, we saw that she was willing to kill thousands.
Yeah, I mean, she
On a hunch.
she killed the fairy guy, and she's like, "Yep, sucks."
Oh, everybody hated that.
Sucks. It's like that is literally Moiraine.
Yeah.
She's not hiding
She's
that.
like, because Lan's like, what if
What if
that's
there's
not
like,
what's happening?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Don't care. Don't care.
This is supporting the dragon.
And
Yeah.
I do have to say that how slowly Moiraine builds up.
You love
to
it,
doing
right?
Shit.
You
Well,
love
it's
it?
just so funny now in this season
Yeah.
that we have such a contrast between Moiraine the Aes Sedai and then Lanfear the Forsaken.
And even Ishamael, too. Like, that's a great point.
Because they're literally, especially with the, like, opening of the gateway,
Yes.
Moiraine is, like, theatrical.
She has to take
And
time
it's,
and
it's
effort.
like the way she's learned to do the weaves, I guess, in the White Tower or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's that whole thing that I was criticizing her before about.
Yes. Well, and it kind of even speaks to, like, in that first season when we saw the Aes Sedai losing their hands with the White Cloaks, like, they're so reliant on these big flourishes and gestures and with their hands. And it's very clear that Lanfear and Ishamael...
They literally, like, basically snap.
And then it's done.
Yeah.
Because she's not only opens the gateway in, like, a flick of her finger, and then she just, like, throws them out on their butts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
with
cool.
nothing.
It's like the
literal
power
nothing.
dynamic.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it seems more intentional
Yeah.
in season 1. Like, it was supposed to look like this elaborate thing, just
Yeah.
in contrast to now what we see the Forsaken doing.
You know what I
Yes.
do like is that, so the punishment for the Damani for, like, talking back during battle or whatever it was, number 1, lose your tongue, number 2, lose your hands,
But
which is
they can
interesting
still channel.
as channelers.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
It's like, it's clearly, it's a thing that Damani can learn how to get around. You'll have to
because
because
they
you might
don't
learn.
use their, they stand there. Although some of them, they
They
use
do.
their, they do.
They
kind
do,
of-
but it's like if you lose your, you got to
You
figure
could
it out.
obviously
Still.
learn.
You can learn, and it's kind of interesting on how the power works, I guess, with the channelers.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just with Moiraine blowing up the Shanchen ships,
Yes, very
it's
cool.
just this intricate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wild, slow dance.
Takes forever.
While Lan needs to fight off a shit ton of people, catch an arrow in the air.
He's got his water stuff back.
Oh,
Everyone's
yeah.
super critical about, like, Lan not holding his own against, like, 3 fades, but, like, he also didn't have his real water bond stuff.
Ooh,
And at
yeah.
one
He's got it
point-
back now.
At one point, it flashed back to Moiraine. It was just like a still shot of Moiraine with her arms in this like kind of ridiculous position, holding the weave. I was like,
Love
oh.
it.
Okay, yeah.
Love it. Lan, he knows
But
he...
it just, and I was like,
we need time.
come on already. Get
Go
there,
faster.
Get there, go faster. We know. Red needs it. We need it.
Okay, moving to the next, because we got a couple more things to talk about here. I want to bring up the Whitecloaks and
Okay.
Perrin and the Aiel. We get a
Well,
whole
you know what's so funny?
whole thing
Because
going on here.
It was like, hey, Two Rivers, and then Dane and Perrin fighting together.
Bonding,
Right before-
fighting
so,
off
yeah,
the Shanchen.
that's actually a
And
very
you know
good
what
point.
I said? I said out loud. Do you remember? I said, for now.
Oh, they're gonna be best friends?
No, because you were like fighting together, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, for now.
That was
'cause
great.
I knew.
You knew.
I thought they
Okay.
might have a moment, and it might not end like it did.
I
was
love
like,
it.
for
I love it.
sure,
Okay.
For sure.
Before
Perrin's
we
gonna
get into
kill
like the
Jeffrey,
so that's
and
when
Dane's
the
gonna
White
see
Cloaks
it.
are in the city.
Yes.
Number 1, the White Cloaks as a faction, I've said it before, I gotta say it
They did have
again.
a battle plan,
They have a battle plan and they are effective. They are able to
which is
Yeah,
nice to see.
They had
It's
kids
good.
Honestly,
swinging incense.
I always say send the children in first. I always say it.
that's your thing.
That's the thing that I say the most. Send the kids in before. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's just gonna start
Nobody will
shooting
arrows
children
at
in the
kids.
No,
Exactly.
they're not gonna
Exactly.
do it.
Okay.
It's the perfect battle tactic.
Send the kids in. All right. Okay. And that's how our podcast ends.
Whose kids are those?
They're the White Cloak kids. We saw them before.
The-
They're
I
like
understand that.
indoctrinated
But,
one.
like,
Yeah.
where are their moms?
no
back
moms.
in the
No
camp.
moms.
No moms.
No moms. No thanks.
They are orphans.
They
Yeah.
are
They
orphans.
find orphans in villages and they indoctrinate them as White Cloaks.
That's
How about
actually
that?
probably pretty accurate.
Yeah,
I
I just
bet
made that up and
yeah.
it's accurate
It
now.
sounds
That's
sounds
what
real.
happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
but besides sending the kids in first, they also have the battle plan, like the catapults and like the
Yes.
cavalry charge to get in.
I guess there's no women White
No,
Cloaks.
that's what I'm saying. Their moms are not there.
Weird, right?
No.
I know, but like even in the
Moms
show
wouldn't
here,
let that happen.
Yeah, but even in the show here, there's no women who follow the light.
They're not following the light necessarily.
That's
Yeah,
what they
but
say they're doing.
That's what they
They're-
say their cause is.
Yeah, I know, but they're just kind of like a
They're
bunch
like
of
police
assholes.
officers. They think they're
They're-
police
yeah.
officers.
Okay, I guess so. Like
Like, why couldn't there be
an
women?
unregulated police force
Why are there
that
no
wanders
women in
across
the
the.
White Cloaks? That's a weird thing. I've
'Cause
never
they're
thought about that my whole
sexist.
life.
Really?
Oh, is that why?
Of course.
They're also yeah, like pretty much any ist you can add to that. That's
Okay,
what
fine.
they
Okay,
are.
Okay, let's go
Okay,
back
anyways,
to the
okay,
episode.
so they're an effective enemy, and then it's like I was sort of cheering for the White Cloaks against the Shanchen. Like you
Of
put them.
course, yeah. If you have to choose one. Slavers or
But
like
that's
people...
why I thought.
And then like
Egwene
Dane
at
Bornhall's
first-
so beautiful,
at-
and it's like oh man.
I thought at first Egwene was okay.
Yeah, with killing Whitecloaks.
Because she's like, it's
Yeah.
Whitecloaks. I hate those guys.
It's like, actually, I'm
They
okay with
captured
this.
me.
Right.
I thought she was okay with that, and then when she's like realizing civilians, then
Yeah.
She changed her mind.
Now, the whole Whitecloak situation kind of leads into, like, the team up with the Perrin Loyal, the Shienarns, and, like, the if you know, you know situation. Like, there was some of that in the episode, too.
Yes.
But I do love the back-to-back fight that Perrin had with Dane. And Hopper dying, we made a bit of a bet before.
We did. I was like, Hopper dies.
You said no. I said
Hopper
yes.
dies.
You
said
said
no.
no. You said no.
I said Hopper
Spencer.
dies. Yes,
I
did.
said yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So you and me were like Hopper dies.
That was too much
Spencer
for
said
me,
it.
if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like,
I love the Perrin battle rage.
for sure.
Cool,
He's
man.
like, did
See
I
it.
need to see a poor little
yeah,
wolf's
you had to.
eyes
You-
dying?
Beautiful destiny, like
I
the-
didn't need to see that.
He was hopping up.
It's harder with animals.
It's
It is.
harder. Why
Yeah.
do I hate watching animals die?
I love that
Because
Perrin
you
kills
There
Jeff
is
from
a
Daddy
psychopath.
Bornhald.
What?
What?
Perrin kills Jeff from Daddy Bornhald.
Oh,
Yes. In a battle rage.
If you
Yeah.
don't know who
I mean-
Jeff from Bornhald, it's Daddy Bornhald.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he
We
deserved
know.
after the Hopper situation, so I'm not mad about that.
Oh, yeah, totally
I'd
deserved.
rather see Daddy Bornhald die than...
Which is unfortunate.
Saving
because-
Valda.
But you know what? I know, which is so annoying. But the problem is, Jeff from Bornhald is the most clear-headed
Yeah.
and rational
So it's
of the White Cloaks.
So that
and
is
so,
unfortunate.
Of course, so he's going to save another White Cloak
Yeah.
from a wolf. He doesn't
Even-
know
yeah.
that it's a wolf we love.
I know, and
He
that
doesn't know
Valda's
that.
clearly a bad guy.
He doesn't know those things. And so,
Well, I
The
mean,
fact that
he
he dies
probably
because of
knows Valda.
Maybe knows that Valda's a bad guy. It's like,
well,
come on.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like,
He's a White
it's a
Cloak.
wolf.
Yeah.
It looks like he's being attacked by a wolf.
Sure.
Like, if you're
Well,
being
he
attacked by a
is.
wolf, both of you, and I had the chance to kill it, I'm sorry.
You would.
Like, I would.
Okay. If
But
it's
what
Hopper,
if we were
don't.
bad guys?
Yeah. What if I'm a bad guy?
Oh, this hypothetical has gotten away from me. Oh, man. So, like, the problem is, I just see all points,
Yes.
Right.
and it's really challenging.
Yeah.
here. Because I'm
Who's-
like, oh, yeah, Perrin definitely should kill Bornhald. But then I was like, in Bornhald's situation, he should have killed
And
Hopper.
Jeffrey Bornhald isn't
But then
like,
I'm like,
we kind of like
in
him.
this
Yeah.
situation, Hopper should have killed Valda. Like,
Right.
everyone should have killed
Shoot.
everybody.
And
Okay.
we know Bornhald does not love Valda based on the interaction we saw in
But
season
it's a
1.
fellow White Cloak
But
being
it's a
killed by
comrade, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
being a
comrade.
wolf. It's not like Perrin or, was
Yes.
the one
I
who's
still
doing
you
it.
kill anyone who's trying to kill your friend or your comrade.
Yeah.
It's war. It's
I
war.
do think that something kind of switched in Perrin, though, because we did get, when Hopper died, we got the eyes.
So golden eyes, and they were like locked eyes.
Seems like
And then
they...
he like saw the vision of
Yeah.
his like spirit.
Hop
Very
it
sweet.
away.
Oh.
Oh, it's too much. I can't.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
relive it, guys.
Gotta keep
crying?
moving here.
Don't cry.
All right.
That part didn't make me cry. Did it make you cry when you watched it?
No, but it was very
Oh.
upsetting, okay?
Okay. Now, we
I
gotta
did cry
talk
in this
about...
episode. I'll tell you when I did it.
Yeah. Rand, Lanfear, and Ishamael.
Mm.
So we got some stuff happening here.
Weirdo love triangle that I wasn't expecting.
You know, but it makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
they're kind of like they're in cahoots
Well,
back
no,
in
no,
Age of
not cahoots.
They're friends.
Intertwined. Their
Sure.
souls are intertwined
Sure.
in a complex way.
Yeah,
BFFs.
I really didn't like when Lanfear and Ishamael
Did you
touched
just
hands.
punch the microphone?
I
Yeah, you did. Okay, that's okay. We can just keep going.
Yeah, power through here.
We're in very tight quarters.
Tight quarters. There's been some wine, and you're feeling something about Ishamael and Lanfear having that
Hot and
nice.
bothered. That's how I'm feeling.
I didn't get that much. It wasn't that steamy.
No, it was just like
It was like
I was like, if they kiss right now, I revolt.
exact, but they
I
didn't.
did not want to see
But they
it.
didn't. It was like a 3 out of 10 at best.
Yeah, it was like kind of like we're old friends.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like maybe
It
a
was
little
like
bit.
more
Okay.
than
because
that, guys.
we know that Lanfear's so in love with Lucerne, like
the
crazy.
Right.
hands were.
It was more like a little bit. There was like a little
But
bit.
we've also seen.
It's like
Okay,
we've been
no,
lovers
hold
in
on.
another time.
Hold on.
Sure.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I disagree.
For the sake of moving forward,
Hard
I'll give her
disagree.
that.
So we've seen Luce Theron
Yeah.
caressing Rand's face in a dream or something like
Luce
that.
Theron?
No.
No, Ishamael
Ishamael.
caressing
Okay.
Rand
We've seen Ishamael
and Lanfear.
and Lanfear.
Yeah,
Touching hands.
sure. Maybe faces too, a little bit.
But we've also seen Ishamael and Matt.
Sure.
He's like
Yes.
really close to Matt's face.
Sure.
and like caressing
He's
him
just a
while
close
he's lying
talker.
there.
He's a close talker.
He's just like a toucher.
Ishamael's just a touchy-feely guy.
He really is.
That's what he's all about. I get it.
Okay.
Not even the things that I had in my notes of like what I want to talk about.
Reactions,
but
Brett.
they were
Sometimes
3
it's
best
not about your
friends,
notes.
according to Moiraine.
Well, Moiraine literally knows nothing, and we know that.
Let's not believe anything anyone ever says about what they think they know, because it's always wrong. That's the thing. It's always wrong.
Especially Moiraine, who's only reading 3,000-year-old information.
But they're the 3 best friends.
No, they are absolutely not. Okay, go on, Brett. What do you got?
Okay, I love the fight against Turak. Because it's there's so much of a build-up and a lead-up.
Yes, that's true.
And it's show me what it takes to
seconds.
earn the Heron Mark blade on this side. And then Rand's like, I don't have time for a sword fight here. And he just like murks them all.
Okay, but here's my question about this.
I wanted Rand to show off his sword fighting skills.
We don't even know that Rand legitimately has good enough.
That's why I wanted him to show them up. I wanted to see that he has sword fighting skills. We've never seen him fight sword-to-sword combat, and I would have liked to see that.
Quick question.
Sure.
Regardless of that.
Sure.
So last episode we see Swan being like, "It's been 6 months. You've taught him nothing."
Yeah.
And then he goes in the ways. It's like, snip, snap. We're here.
I thought that his weave was very similar to Swan's Thousand Knives.
Right. And so, like, did Lanfear give him some lessons in the ways, or like, how could he not do anything when the amulet, and now he can just do everything?
Yeah.
I guess these people can't channel, so he like has.
You kind of answered your own question there.
Well, and also did
he's really effective against people who can't channel. He's not very effective against people who can channel.
Okay, no, I did answer my own question.
That's kind of the whole thing.
He did get one lesson from Logain about controlling it.
Yeah.
And how to embrace it and stuff.
He can do some things, but he's not very effective against super powerful other channelers.
Right,
he's not that good
still
yet.
I would have liked to have seen a sword fight, and I'm going to stand by that.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, that
okay,
makes sense.
I get it.
Because, like, it was, like, shocking how fast that just ended.
Sure, but also...
And then how Suroth is just like, well, Turak's dead.
But you're also going to have to explain a whole lot of things if you have him beat Turak, who's a blade master, who earned the Heron Mark sword on this side. Like, if Rand beats him in sword combat, you have to explain how he can do that.
In the same breath, though, no one explained to me how Rand just all of a sudden knows this weave for fire bullets.
Just make a bunch of fire arrows.
Yeah,
that's like the first thing I would do.
That's my whole thing.
But you
it's
don't
like...
but those types of weaves, you need to learn how to do that.
Allegedly.
Maybe Lanfear taught him in the ways.
If you're telling me,
Boom.
Lanfear can't teach him anything. She can't channel what he channels.
Well, you could be like, hey, what if you just throw a bunch of fire arrows at people and be like, oh, okay. That's a good idea.
No.
You know what kills people? Fire arrows. Do that.
But if your argument is he can't sword fight because then they'd have to explain to us how he's a good sword fighter.
Sure.
The same thing applies to now all of a sudden he just knows how to make sword or the fire arrows.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Same rule applies. You just like fire arrows better than a sword fight.
Yeah, so, okay, moving on then. Okay, good.
Good.
I have nothing else to say about that. Okay, so Rand kills Ishamael, and okay, we gotta say number one.
No,
we gotta back up a
we're
little.
not jumping to that. No, not yet. We gotta talk about the seals.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I do want to back up a little bit here. So yeah,
that are all just on a bunch of like. Why are all 6 of the seals of all the Forsaken here in this room? Number 1, number 2, because when we saw
because it's Ishamael.
Okay, but when we saw him free Lanfear, it was like underneath some random sundial in Kyrian, and he had to say this whole prophecy and let her free, and she showed up in like a bunch of blood.
We didn't know he had to, but we also know that Ishamael has a flair for the dramatic.
Yeah, but it was just then.
Maybe he
didn't
chose
know there was
to.
a camera there.
Also, maybe he thought if he did an extra special spell for Lanfear, she might fall in love with him again.
Exactly.
I don't think
this
we are getting wildly off track here.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, like, why are like all the seals of the rest of the Forsaken here in this room?
Also,
right
like,
now?
allegedly,
but
are they all
so different from Lanfear's seal?
And but okay, here's my question, because I maybe wasn't paying the closest attention. But was Turak? He's collecting weird things.
Yeah.
So did he just happen to collect them all?
That is too much of a stretch for me.
I'm not on board with the whole, like, all of those were all the correct seals and each seal relates to one of the Forsaken. Like, I'm not on board with that.
Well, although
I think that's what was
at the
explained.
end was like,
we're all free.
We're all free. And also, correct pronunciation of Moghedien, by the way, in the show.
Moghedien.
Yeah, Moghedien, not Moghedien.
Yeah.
Don't
Even
say
though
it
the
like
books
that.
might use both. And
No. Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Okay, the audiobooks, yeah.
Okay.
Mogi.
Mogi's good. But anyway.
Ishi and Mogi.
So, I hope maybe in season 3 we get a little more explanation on what's happening with those seals.
But, I mean,
because that seemed kind of wild.
Here's the thing. I feel like we will get more explanation for things in future in seasons.
I wish...
Because we got to understand...
Can I say what I wish?
Sure.
I wish that Bail Daman
got
all the seals and didn't throw them in the ocean.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's what I wish. Because that would have been funny if he just had them and like sold them off in different places.
Sure.
And then that would have set up like one Forsaken being like let
release
free
at a time.
Okay.
And that's what I kind of want. I thought that
I like just having them all loose all at once. It's great.
Well, I mean, like that is pretty chaotic. But
okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
He had to.
Yeah. I do want to talk about the Age of Legends callback, though, because relating to things earlier in the first season, we got to see the sealing away of Ishamael, and Ishamael's like real motivation with Lews Therin at the Eye of the World. Like, that was literal, like, I'm not going to kill you, Ishamael, because I know that's what you want. Ishamael just wants to die.
Yeah.
But Lews Therin said, nope, I'm going to seal you away, and you're going to be, like, conscious but not. And then you're basically like, we're not going to do this fight over and over and over again. Like, it really speaks to Ishamael's motivation. But then
here we are with Rand.
Here we are doing it again.
Later,
exactly.
Fighting again.
Here we go. Right. And it really just speaks to their...
But Ishamael didn't get to die.
Right.
Yeah.
But for him, it's a continuation. It's not like restarting.
But for Rand, it's restarting.
Exactly. Yeah. Makes sense why he's so upset about a whole bunch of things. Oh my goodness.
He's so dramatic.
He's so dramatic.
And why he still wants Lanfear.
Yeah.
Which is... I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Okay. So, moving on to, I think, the second last thing, because we get like that little bonus teaser set up for the future seasons at the end there.
Well, we haven't talked anything about Matt.
That's the last thing we got to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Which is a lot of things, but we got to talk about Matt.
It's so much.
Holy moly, Matrim Coffin.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the man with a plan of, hey, does it count touching the dagger if I don't actually touch the dagger, but just like, it's like the kid in the backseat of the car is like, I'm not touching you, not touching you, not touching you, not touching you. It's like your finger's right in my face, but you're not touching me. Does it count?
Yeah.
No.
It's like this British show I watch, Taskmaster. They're always trying to find ways to work around the rules.
Okay.
To beat the task.
That's loophole.
The
loophole.
Looking for the loophole.
Which is so classic.
I need opinions, though. Does it count? Does it count that Matt is touching the dagger? He has the dagger.
Is he gonna be cursed again?
It doesn't count yet, I don't think.
He's in possession of it.
He has it.
He's using it.
Yeah. Like, if I just, hypothetically, if I just put on a pair of gloves and hold the dagger, does that count as not touching it? Because then I would just wear gloves.
But he's like, it's all the way at the end of his stack.
I think that he's in possession of it, and that's what matters.
What about when I'm spinning it around? Sometimes it's a little bit closer to me.
I think when Moiraine finds out that he still has it, she's going to be upset and take it away from him.
Okay. I like that.
That's my prediction.
Maybe you should put the dagger away.
Yeah. I feel like, this is what I feel like. I feel like he hasn't officially touched it again yet.
Sure.
He's in possession of it. He's
obviously
using it.
has
That's
a
how
pull
it
on him.
Yeah.
That's why he got it. And it's just going to continue to call to him.
Yeah.
And he is going to touch it again.
Okay.
That's my take.
So Pat and Fane is right. It's like, hey.
Yeah. But he hasn't broke it yet.
Because Pat and Fane ran the fuck away.
Yeah. He's like, whoa!
He escaped. Pat and Fane is the best. It's just like getting out of there.
Well, he's
while whistling.
Yeah, right.
Quintessential, like, live to fight another day. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to fight to the death here. That doesn't make any sense.
Can we talk about the best Matt thing, though?
Yeah. We got Matt blowing.
We let Donald blow.
We let him blow.
Yeah.
Blow the horn. The horn of bloody Valir.
He did
so
it.
fun.
Okay.
Let's feckin' fight.
Perfection.
Something like that.
This was perfect.
I don't even remember what he says. I remember feckin'.
Yeah.
And I want to say feckin' more in my life.
Do it. No one can stop you.
This episode was feckin' great.
They're like, don't swear. I was like, I didn't swear. I said feckin'. Love it.
Love
it. Okay. But it was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah. The mist.
We had spooky mist.
I was waiting. I was like,
we had time stopping.
Yeah.
We had heroes showing up.
This is where I cried. This is where I teared up.
Oh, yeah.
Tears.
I got emotional.
Tears.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I've lived my entire life up until this point with no Horn of Valir scene.
That's not why I was tearing up. I was tearing up for Matt.
Because Matt knows he's a good boy.
Because he's like, I remember, and he's like, I'm a hero of the Horde.
And then Matt knows how to fight really good,
He's
too.
a good guy.
Yeah, he is a good
And
guy.
they're like, we fought beside each other so many times.
We're doing it again.
We're doing it again. And it's like, because he doesn't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy, and now we confirm he is
He's
a good guy. So
He's got some moves, too.
I cry in shows when things are happy.
I'm
like a happy crier.
Yeah, you have a cold heart to everything else. But
all the rest of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was so sweet.
That was the best. That was the best moment.
Yes.
Loved
And
it.
because you're rooting for Matt the whole time. And last episode, I was really worried for that guy.
Okay.
Really,
and in
really
case you
worried.
missed it, there is a woman with blonde hair and a braid who has a silver bow.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, speaking of Matt does technically stab Rand.
Yeah, but...
It was great.
Did not quite
That is...
look like Min's vision, did it?
Yeah, well, he was like over top of him with the dagger. It's like...
But
that's the thing about the Min visions is like
Right,
it comes
you
true,
don't know.
not in the way you think.
What was so interesting is Matt and his confidence. He was almost like smirking, throwing that
Curse dagger.
that spear he's made.
Yep.
He's like, ha ha ha, got him. Nope.
Not got him.
Right into Rand.
Easy illusion.
So Rand got a wound in his side.
Yeah.
In this battle.
He did. It's pretty much like...
especially with the weird half-baked healing.
Yeah, like the Elayne... Yeah,
she
Elayne
did her best.
She did her best.
She is a
yeah.
novice.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Right. Okay.
I owe you a soda.
You owe me a Coke.
Okay. No, I thought it was perfect. Like, what a finale.
Yeah.
What a finale.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And Egwene holding on
She
Ishamael.
throws... Oh, yeah. And I appreciate that she couldn't do it forever.
Right,
but she could do it for a bit.
Oh, my heart.
And then they all come together, and it's like, we're all here together, guys.
Team.
Yeah.
Team Two Rivers.
Yeah. Well, even Moghedien at
Plus
the
Elayne.
end was like all 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
we
then
need 'em all.
even, Moiraine being in, we were all together again.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be there.
It was a group effort to take down Ishi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that whole like fading to dust thing.
Good.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Ishamael, there was a little bit of a heart-to-heart because Ishamael at the beginning was like, oh, I just want to die.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have Ishamael, like, in quotations, dying. And he's like, I feel nothing or I see nothing. Whereas
And he sees the seagulls.
It's like, I don't think he's out of this yet.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't get off that easy.
Right.
How did you feel about the dragon?
Hated it.
Me too.
Cheesy as fuck.
I
Not
loved
okay.
it. I loved it.
Feckin' cheesy.
I liked when the fire was circling.
I love the fire.
The tower.
If it could have just stayed a fire.
Sure.
Like, I get that it
Little
needed...
CGI, you did not 100% fan of CGI?
It was just like, it was like I felt like I was in a video game in 1998.
Okay.
I was just like, no. With all of our budget, with everything we did, this with the weaves that were so good, we did everything so good.
I think you're overestimating video games in 1998, but that's okay. That's okay.
It's just like, that's like the vibes, you know?
Yeah.
I got never-ending story vibes.
It did look like a never-ending story dragon.
Yeah.
It did look like that.
It all connects.
No.
A never-ending story. A wheel of time.
Unfortunately,
Holy moly.
that missed the mark.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking moment.
Okay.
That's the moment, and
Feckin'
I
moment.
don't think they did it right.
Okay, but let's
The
end. No.
editors were like, yeah,
I don't even want to hear it. Let's end on a positive note.
Okay, but like, I want to know though.
I would just like the dragon to be a little less defined.
Sure.
I understand that we need to make it look like a dragon, but if it had just been like mostly fire
It
and a
could've
little
been, like,
dragon
Sure.
head-ish.
A dragon-esque.
I get it. Let's end on a positive note because an amazing cliffhanger for season 3.
Oh,
We have Moghedien the spider.
it was so good.
Spiders in the shadows.
Putting Lanfear in her place, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lanfear is not the only person.
And I loved how tiny she was in comparison
just little.
to
Oh,
Lanfear.
that was an amazing performance.
It was just like, I'm impressed.
Rock star.
Because it's interesting. Originally, when I saw the Lanfear casting, I was like, oh, this is supposed to be like a very beautiful woman in the books, right?
Well, she's like beautiful and dominant.
And I was like, ooh, I don't really know. Just seeing like headshots, not how I picture Lanfear. But then she also needs to be sexy but scary.
Yeah.
And dominatrix.
Yeah, she was.
And I was like, perfect.
But
and then I don't know
Moghedien,
if I've
spider
ever
in the
actually
background.
like pictured Lanfear, but this is good. It landed for me. I'm okay with it.
Well, and I'm going to be honest, it's nothing like I pictured Moghedien. But I like it.
Like the creepy tiny little woman in the shadows.
Who's kind of psycho.
If you fall into her
She's
trap,
kinda
which
crazy.
Lanfear clearly
crazy.
did, like
Yeah.
fell into the spider web here. Like she's got you.
And we also got an extra Forsaken name. this
Ishamael.
episode.
Yes.
Woo!
Yep, we got another one.
They're out, man.
So
They're all out.
for sure, we have Ishamael, who might or might not be dead.
Yeah.
We have Lanfear, Moghedien, Grandel,
Grandel.
and Samael.
Yes.
Named. We have 3
Okay.
unnamed.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to leave this.
Okay. So what do you
Anything
think?
else
Season
you want to talk about?
season 3. You want to watch it or are you gonna pass?
I'm
What do
gonna
you
pass.
think? Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we're just like,
Funny.
we know they're filming.
1 year.
We're filming season 3, and we're waiting on season 4 to be greenlit.
Okay. Here we
That's
go.
where we're sitting right now on the eve of October 5th, 2023.
Right.
What a time to be alive.
Okay, there is so much I feel like I'm missing. There's so much that happened here. This was one of the longest episodes, I think. It was 70 minutes running.
Yeah.
And so...
We got the title screen too.
Oh, we
didn't
did.
talk about that.
We did get that.
We got it back.
But that's going to have to wait for the breakdown.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
Oh, I just always feel like we're missing something. So
Okay. Let's
talk
go
about
rewatch it.
later. Yeah, let's do it.
Definitely.
Because this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Part of the pattern.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett, produced by Dani and Brett, with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Charlie Haz, Adam, Marta Thier, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, and Eric Reed. With music by Audionautics. Please be sure to check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We would love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else, and at the time of recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. You can find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses or how to join our Discord or how to get in touch with us, you can visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. Right now, we are offering to send exclusive merchandise to select people who give us 5-star reviews if you leave your username for Instagram or Twitter, and I'll reach out to you that way. Also, please be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett, produced by Dani and Brett, with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Charlie Haz, Adam, Marta Thier, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, and Eric Reed. With music by Audionautics. Please be sure to check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We would love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else, and at the time of recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. You can find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses or how to join our Discord or how to get in touch with us, you can visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. Right now, we are offering to send exclusive merchandise to select people who give us 5-star reviews if you leave your username for Instagram or Twitter, and I'll reach out to you that way. Also, please be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.